Okay, so this is 10-6, find segment lengths, da 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 da. So here's what you need to know. Oi! There's 3 rules again. Okay? Really, if you were to write down one thing that was super important, it would be these rules. Okay? The chord of one segment times the chord of another segment equals the chord of the second segment times the chord of the other segment. I'll show you a picture of this because obviously just saying it is very confusing. But the goal here is 2 chords. Chords are always where in terms of the circle? Inside. Okay? So if you want to leave like a little room underneath or something like that, that's probably a good place to start. Add one word to this. I think it's good to use. Okay, so the picture of this looks like this. That would be like saying, if I call this A, this whole length here A, and this length B, you can call either one the first or the second. You just have to make sure that you're using the same chord. So let's just say I call A and B my first chord. So segment, first part of segment, chord, what am I trying to say? Chord 1 segment, this segment times this segment will equal this segment times this segment. So that's what I said here. Chord 1 segment times chord 1 segment equals chord 2 segment times chord 2 segment. I just wanted to give it to you in words. If you prefer it in pictures, there it is as well. Okay? So looking at number 1. Alright, then the second one, I added a word right now because I thought maybe it would be helpful in terms of seeing it. So again, the other key parts of this would be saying secant segment outside. What I mean by outside the circle, I'll show you like the one that's is actually outside the circle times the entire secant length. And then the secant segment, other secant that's outside times the entire secant length. And again, I'll show you that pitcher, like one you drink out of, or that the Phillies use. In a second. Just says that.
What do they do?
What's happening?
It says the first line, and point that their products. Their products are what?
Oh, then the products are this. This is, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I guess, I'm sorry, I should say then the products of their segments are equal. Should say the same thing. And the products of their segments. Or the products of their secants, I should, something like that. So, ready? Next, no, I mean the only the second one's down. I'll show you the picture for the second one. No? Okay. Yeah, I really shouldn't say segment of their segments because we're not talking about the segment necessarily. You'll see. Yes?
The first one, where does that come from? Do you draw like triangles and then are they similar? Is that why they're equal, like products or 2 chords? Or
So you so it's kind of part of like it has to do with like triangles. I can show it to you later. That's okay. I'd rather just get through these first, talk about them, and then look at where they're coming from. That's okay. But it is, I mean, it kind of has to do with stuff we've learned before in terms of adding the two arcs dividing by 2. Has to look about triangles, looking at some SOHCAHTOA thoughts, depending on where it is. Tyler Lesko says that like every day. That's what he's
because
yes.
Alright.
He gives you credit, Tim.
It was me.
Alright,
Yelling
so
it. You were the one.
here's what I mean. Okay, that word is whole. If you can't tell. So usually when I add the word outside, what I mean is this segment that's outside the circle times the whole, A plus B. Or C, which is outside the circle, times the whole. And again, these are segments, so we're still talking about from here to here, and then the whole. From here to here, then the whole. I wrote A plus B. I really could, I think I just kind of like looking at it that way. And if you see the other word that the book uses, they usually say they call this A, this length here, or this length here, C. They say the external segment. The reason it like contradicts itself in terms of what they've been talking about is that earlier in the chapter they used outside angle, and I think it makes more sense to stick with words like outside segment. We're talking about inside and outside the triangle in it, so that's why I say outside as opposed to external. There's a difference, but you see it. That's something to know. Last one, secant tangent products. This is a secant and a tangent together. Okay, and so you square the tangent, and then you do this segment of the secant times the, and I'll add the word outside again to this, as I meant to. Come on. Oh no. I know. Don't worry. I'll stick with outside again. Okay, and then the last picture down here, again, the tangent is c squared times the outside segment times the whole again. All right, look at a couple of these. Let's look at a couple. Oh, back. Ready? Yes? Okay. Here we go. First one. Try this one. Let's find ML and JK. Not just kidding. Actually find it. What's that?
Find my life.
Find my life. Yes. Gabby gets the terrible prize of putting that on her test. I just scribbled out. So, on your quiz. Oh. Alright, so get this, go. I'm sorry. Pause real quick. This brings up a great point here. I did not mean to say minus. If I meant like hyphen, like to. So if so, should I put that in parentheses maybe? Yes, parentheses. Okay, this is good. See?
Don't put it in
Brackets?
brackets.
I'm just gonna write secant segment outside. All one word. Outside segment. And if you're watching this video, it sucks to be you. Thank you.
The one on the bottom is still secant minus.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that should not be minus. Again, not minus.
That means something about
All right, back to this problem. Okay. Thank you, Amy, for that question. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I'm recording this. But again, if you watch these videos and you see a mistake or you see something that like industries that doesn't make sense when you explain it there, it's helpful for me to say like, hey, why does it say minus? It doesn't say minus. It's a hyphen. And I'm like, oh, well, I should change that. That's good. So thank you. Don't be bashful about that. I want you to learn. It's not about me teaching. Honest. Just not that bored. I don't like hearing myself talk that much. How do we set this up? What's the rule? Good out.
Well, it would be the first rule we learned, two chords product,
Two chords, right?
and it would be Kn times Nj.
Oh geez, I don't want that one.
Just
X plus 2 times X plus 1, is that okay?
sure.
Equals,
X times X plus 4.
okay? And then we're going to do advanced foiling. Remember, you know how to foil? This times this, this times this, this times this, this times that. You get x squared, add the 1 and 2, that's 3x. Multiply the 2 and 1, that's 2, equals x squared plus 4x. We got that? A lot of times there's not quadratics. I shouldn't say always, but usually, oh look, the x squares cancel. Shocker. So 3x plus 2 equals 4x, x equals 2. Good? And then make sure you answer the question. So put 2 back in, I want to find ML. So it's 2 plus 2 and 2 plus 1. So how long is this? 7. So ML is 7. Let's take a weird equal sign. And then JK is 2 plus 4 and 2, which is 8. All right? Yes? Good? All right with everyone? Okay, next one. Multiple choice. So really, what rule is this? That's the first thing you should be thinking about.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be secant segment, not secant tangent, because there's, I know it's kind of tricky, but it's not a tangent. So, it's going to be the setup.
4 times 4 plus 5
Right.
equals 3 times 3 plus 6.
Times 2 plus x. And again, the reason I put that plus there instead of saying the whole is because a lot of people just try to like put them together. Remember to add them. Obviously, everyone knows how to add 4 plus 5. That would be our 36 equals, and then 6 plus 3x. X equals. What is it?
689.
Oh, thank you. See? Perfect. Maybe something was wrong because there's no answer was there. So we subtract 9, we get what? 27 divided by 3. Is that okay? Good? And we said that. Let's try that one. Last one. Last one. And again, they all play out the exact same way. If you memorize these, take time to look at these rules. We'll do some stuff with them later, but again, just take some time to remember these rules. Think of the relationship. We will do something with that in a little bit, so maybe you can remember why. This will address Gabby's question from earlier. So it's the third one, yes. Third one, looks like this. Looks like this. So someone give me some setup stuff. Someone? Pay attention.
Say 16 squared
Right.
equals x plus x times
Yep.
x plus 8.
Let's see. Right. So this is the exact same thing as the other one, except has a tangent. The tangent makes that a squared, and then 16 squared, 56 equals x squared plus 8x. Oh, quadratic. So we get 0 here equals x squared plus 8x minus 256. Oh, our friend algebra. Everyone loves algebra in here, it seems. They tell me how much they don't like. So, is there anything that we can does this easily or no? So, it can be plus minus, right? Because the second sign is minus. Anything that goes in 256, that is also going to give us a positive 8x. No. Well, I guess none of them do work, do they? So, what's our? Do you know the? You guys know the song? Who knows the song? Ready? Wow.
You're saying it too fast.
I apologize for all those watching. That was a terrible rendition. So, quadratic formula. We're saying what's A? 1. What's B? 8. C is negative 256. I mean, we're just plugging these in. So once you remember what those are, we're saying minus 8 plus or minus 8 squared minus 4, 1, negative 256, all over 2 times 1. Let's get what's in discriminant. So maybe we get minus 8 plus or minus square root of 1088 all over 2. I gotta be honest, I would probably not even bother. Just give me the decimal. What it says,
It's like 32.9.
what is it?
It's 32.9.
Is it? So we get 2 negative 8 plus 1088 over 2, and negative 8 minus square root 1088 over 2. What's wrong with the second answer right away?
It's
It's gonna be a negative, right? Negative blank, that's cheating. There's no such thing. So negative 8. We should be getting something slightly different, I think. Negative 8 plus square root of 1088 divided by 2, you can get 12.49. Is that right? Okay, that's good.
You're not going to get this problem like that.
X plus 12.